We're talking about why the Democrats lost. Chuck Schumer, there he is, Chucky Chuck. Now, Chuck Schumer is a big Wall Street whore, is how we put it here at the Jimmy Dore Show. And he's been wrong about lots of stuff in politics. For instance, here was his, I'm here with Dave Roditz, comedian Dave Roditz and Steph Zamorano, and here was Chuck Schumer's big idea on how they should run. Now, we've talked about this before on the show, but now I have the video. Mark Van Lando had tracked this down, so I want to play it because it's good. And here was his idea on how Hillary Clinton would beat Donnie Tynahan's Trump. And people were saying, well, you know, the traditional Democrats' traditional base are workers and blue-collar workers, but Hillary doesn't seem to be going after those people. Isn't that going to be a problem in the general? And here's what Chuck Schumer had to say about that.
For every blue-collar Democrat we will lose in Western PA, we will pick up 2, 3 moderate Republicans in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And you can repeat that in Ohio and Illinois and Wisconsin.
No, you can't. You couldn't even do it in Pennsylvania. So what we're going to do is we're going to go after, literally, we decided to not go after Democrats, and they decided to literally go after Republicans. Because that's what the Democratic Party has become. They've become the party of white suburban Republicans. They become the party of Wall Street and Silicon Valley and Big Pharma. That's who they are. And they're proud of it. Look at Barack Obama. Everybody's from Harvard. Everybody's from Goldman Sachs. Everybody. They never got a banker from Wyoming. They never went and got a community banker to go work in their administration. They never got a social worker from Kansas. They never got, it's everybody's. So, and this is his big idea. That was Chuck Schumer's big idea. And you know how so he got punished after this election. You know, they punished him. They made him leader. They elected him leader of the Senate. He's their leader now, above Bernie. He has a bigger leadership role than Bernie. This guy who said, don't worry about blue collars. We're going after Republicans. Why not just be a goddamn Republican? That's called a Republican. If you go to what game and eat what, Dave?
If you go to a Dodger game, you buy a Dodger ticket, you pay to park in a Dodger parking lot, you know, you eat a Dodger dog, you're a Dodger fan.
And you cheer for the Dodgers.
Yes.
You're a Dodger fan.
Yes.
That's what you go to the suburbs of Philadelphia. You go after the white Republicans. You tell them, here's the things I want you to vote on. You're a Republican. Oh, no, we're going to get Republicans to vote for us. You're a fucking Republican then.
And the idea that the moderate Republican exists. Yeah, it's a unicorn.
Right.
It's not real.
Right.
That's why Jeb Bush had 0 constituency, right? Mitt Romney, 0 constituency at this point. There are no moderate Republicans. There's no such thing.
And they made that guy leader. And so
It was his turn, Jimmy. Don't be a bitch. It was his turn.
This guy.
Just because he's wrong.
In fact, if you want to see what a knucklehead of a politician Chuck Schumer is, this is in 2014. This is after the Democrats got wiped it out even harder in the midterms, 2014. Here's Chuck Schumer.
After passing the stimulus, Democrats should have continued to propose middle-class-oriented programs and built on the partial success of the stimulus. But unfortunately, Democrats blew the opportunity the American people gave them. We took their mandate and put all of our focus on the wrong problem, health care reform. Now, the plight of uninsured Americans and the hardships caused by unfair insurance company practices certainly needed to be addressed. But it wasn't the change we were hired to make. Americans were crying out for the end to the recession, for better wages and more jobs, not changes in health care.
That's my man, Cenk Uygur.
He did exactly what we were doing.
He did exactly what we were doing. This is back in 2014. That's Chuck Schumer. And what Cenk is going to go on to explain to people is that what Chuck Schumer did was classic Democrat. He took their biggest success and he turned it into a failure. Their biggest success, they passed healthcare. They got healthcare to people, universal healthcare. You can't get kicked off your insurance for a pre-existing condition. Kids can stay on their parents till they're 20. All this stuff that people desperately needed still is it's still a corporatist answer to the problem. It's not the one they should have proposed, but it's still better than what we had, and it was seen as a huge victory. And here's this guy going, you mother, we should have kept not having healthcare in America. That was Chuck Schumer. And so what that is that him going, oh, I'm sorry for trying to do something. That's what that is.
Because Chuck Schumer is a moderate Republican.
Because Chuck Schumer is a moderate Republican. That's right. Chuck Schumer is a moderate Republican. So that was from 2014. That was from the first video of him saying go after Republicans. So he's a genius. And now he's in the lead. He's the leadership role in the Democrats in the Senate. I don't see how they could screw this up. I don't see how they could screw up Donnie Tynahan's. I think they're going to take. I think they're going to take back the Senate in probably 2080. This is their leader.
What does Charles Schumer ever do that makes you go, yeah, I want to follow you?
I like the way he wears his glasses.
Well, that's another thing.
I like
Who
that.
the fuck is going to vote for a guy who wears his glasses like
Ben
that?
Franklin wore his glasses like that.
Yes!
That's a throwback.
I'm going to watch this. I want to see what kind of an asswipe. Who would vote for a guy who looks like the Charmin guy from the toilet paper ads from 30 years ago?
He looks like a teacher I wouldn't like.
Yes. You're in public and you don't know that looks stupid? Hey, hey, look, you obviously I stopped trying to get laid 30 years ago. I don't give a shit what women think about me. Obviously, I don't care. Why would you do that on purpose? Why would you wear your glasses like that on purpose? You're in public. You're supposed to inspire people.
In his defense, this was on C-SPAN.
Why can't you get a pair of glasses that have fucking bifocals? I have them. Guess what they're called, Chuck? They call them progressives.
That's why he's not wearing them.